What's up guys, it's Roger and welcome back to the channel, and today we're doing another episode of Soulstone Survivors, keeping the series going, and we're going to be using the Paladin today. He's one of those characters that I barely use, as you can tell by the fact that he's only level 4 on Prestige. Got some fun runes on here. I'm going to be using this one right here so we get our special weapon, because I don't think I ever tried the special weapon with the Paladin. I could be wrong about that, but we'll see when we get in game. We're going to take 15% less damage, and then we have this new rune right here, which I'm going to try. Increases all damage caused by 50%. This bonus is reduced by 5% for each type of negative effect on the target. We're going to go ahead and get right into it. We're going to try to put as little effects on our enemies as possible, and I'm not going to do that high of a curse level, honestly. I'm just going to keep it on like 2, because I want to go around and do like 3, I'll try to change this back to spacebar. 3 rounds of either the Overlord mode or of the whatchamacallit, the Endless mode. I'm not sure which one I'm gonna do, but one of those. I'm gonna actually pause really quick and check what is this. Holy Fire. Oh, I did use this. This is a really good ability actually. It does do Daze and Disorient, but that's not too bad. We can chill on it because this main attack does Daze as well. So maybe Daze and Disorient is the only effects we'll try to get. Everything else we just won't even pick up at all. So we won't have any poison type ticks, we won't have any fire type ticks, doom, nothing like that. I'm literally going to try to go as much as just like big dick damage as I can, just slam it in their faces and, you know, let them choke. That's what we want to do. We'll see what we can do with that. So maybe a lot of frontal attacks, a lot of just like thrust slam attacks, or, you know, swing attacks could be really good. Stuff like that could be pretty dope. And if you want to pick anything up that actually has Dazed or Disoriented on it, we actually can, because we're already applying those effects, so we're not going to lose anything for that, you know what I mean? Let's see here. So again, thrust, frontal, holy, empowering, lasting, smite enemies at a random location. Oh, I actually like smite quite a bit. Obviously we don't want chromatic bolt, that goes exactly against what we want, so I will go smite here. Why not? I can actually heal our allies, which I don't think we're going to have any summons on this character, but I guess you never know. It'd be kind of funky though. I think when I did my first Paladin run, I really liked him because I actually was using this special weapon here, and I checked out this like Holy Fire wave, and I was like, wow, that ability slaps. It went really hard. I'm quite a fan of this ability. See, like, look at that. Look how much damage that just did. Keep them in the smite area there, and boom, they are down for the count. Sure, we'll reduce some. Actually, here's what I'm going to do really quick. I'm going to banish this. Oh, and then I'm immediately going to go for that. And sure, just give me movement speed. So this does Dazed, Hemorrhage, Bleed. I can get Chain Lightning now just to help us with Wave Clear, and then we can get rid of it later on in the run if we would like to do that, which I probably will, because it's not something you really want to take into the late game. Chain Lightning is one of those abilities that doesn't do too much damage, but it has really good crowd control, and it kills these tiny guys like the ones we see right now. So it helps you get through these stages much quicker because you're just kind of slamming through these guys. You know what I mean? But when you get later game and you want to do more direct damage and whatnot, you usually kind of trade that out. So we'll trade it out later, but for now, going ahead and grabbing a little bit of Chain Lightning I think would be a really good idea, honestly. Go ahead, go Chain Lightning these dudes or something, take them out. I want to hit level 3 here maybe, and then just go ahead and spin. I'm not trying to save up too much, so I'm trying to get as strong as I can, as quickly as I can. Multicast for frontal, heck yes. Sure, keep doing damage on that. This does brittle. This one doesn't do any effects, and here we go. Slam your body into enemies, and this scales on your health. Yes, yes please. I know Body Slam can do a bunch of damage, and especially we're going to be getting more health this time through, because I'm not going to be going for any of those abilities, or those passives I should say, that are going to do things like get you poison ticking or get you fire ticking. So that means we'll have more time to get those health power-ups, because I'm going to be banishing a couple more of these passives on this run, so we'll be able to scale our health more than we do in some other runs, to be fair too. Maybe I'll try to get my health as much as I can. That'd be pretty fun. And just see how much damage we could do with Body Slam, because I've had it before where Body Slam can do quite a bit of damage, so I'm excited to see that. But I think you guys get the general loop we're trying to go for in this run. Let's go ahead and see what we can do with that. Ooh, Might is perfect, because this is going to cost, you know, not going to cause any kind of negative effects to our enemies, but it will beef us up quite a bit. And then block power over health, I will go with just because it's a rare amount of block health power, so it's like, be like a little silly to pass that up so early. Be a little silly, and we're not a silly boy. We're not gonna make silly decisions. I might get my cheekies clomped a few times from some silly dodges, but you know, I'm not necessarily a silly boy. What's up, Alexi? How you doing? Just you and me right now, pal. Usually you got some friends with you, but no, you're just a dead sailor right there. I gotta tell you. Get smacked, get smacked, get smacked. There we go. Let's take it down here. Keep farming it up in the corner. Number of dashes, sure, can't really pass that up. Demolish, these are some good abilities. I'm gonna chill on getting another ability, actually. Yeah, this scales on our armor, so getting our armor up is good just as much as getting our health up is, so we like to see that. Alright, this is a good run here. I did trade out the Chain Lightning a little earlier than I intended to, but it's okay. We can work around that just fine. We still have some very good crowd control just on our own, so I'm not really worried about it in the slightest. Not too worried. Sploders could be a problem throughout this run, but we do have a lot of dodges, and they don't do that much damage anyways, so just gotta be a little careful of them. Be aware, and as our area modifier goes up on our abilities anyways, especially like our smites and stuff, then it's not really gonna be that big of a deal. And we can always just heal a little bit off each time we level up when we do take that good amount of damage. No, thank you. Sure, I'll take multicast. Yeah, keep pumping that damage on this. I love to see that. Oh, and look at this. 4 holy abilities here. Multicast is going crazy on those. Blade Storm I absolutely love. But what would I even want to trade this for? 279 and Dazed. But this is also doing Dazed, so that doesn't really matter, I feel like. I like Smite, but I could get rid of Smite. Let's trade out Smite, because I really like Blade Storm. And that will help me take care of the Sploders a little more, especially as it gets bigger. Yeah, look at this. And this is good. We don't really even need Chain Lightning anymore, because this is doing so good to take out the enemies around us. Anyways, we can stop talking about the game a little bit and start talking about how your day's going. How's your day going, Slugger? You doing good? If you're older than me, then, Pugger? Like, I don't know what the P stands for, but it just sounds like an older version of a slugger. So, I don't know if that's true. Don't fact check me on that. Okay. Yeah, dude, keep going the damage on that. Crits? Sure. Oh, and holy, yeah, let's go. Yeah, we're getting pretty strong. I like this. It's a good run. Let's see, what did I do? I played with like Puffer People tonight. That was a fun time. Always good to do that because, hey, Destiny can be quite the stinky little game. But when I play with my Puffer People, which is my members, if you are interested in becoming a member yourself, click that join button below the channel, or below the video, I should say, and you can go ahead and check out the nice things you get with that. But I love playing with my Puffer People. We always have a really good time, and I get some fun content out of it for everybody else to see. So that's always a really, really fun time. But I mean, ooh, man, the state of modern gaming is quite crazy sometimes. It's just like, companies don't know how to take care of their games anymore, I swear. Which is very unfortunate. Health there, we like that. I think it's a good time to start stacking as much health and armor as we can. So see, like this gives us Doom. We don't want that. Let's just immediately get rid of that. Getting a little bit faster too. I did switch my dodge button back to my spacebar last episode, so that kind of still something I'm getting a little more used to. Speaking of, those are some good dodges there. Go ahead, take him out. But yeah, the state of gaming is kind of crazy. It's just nutty to see, when you actually think about it, the monetization, you know, and just greed that has become gaming in the past, I don't know, 15 years. And I think it's probably been happening, obviously, for a lot longer than that. As soon as people see that there is a possible in with, you know, any kind of economic value in any kind of form, then they're going to take it. And they saw that in gaming a long time ago, and it's definitely been something that people have been going for a long time. And these big AAA companies are just the perfect examples of that, where all they care about nowadays is just, okay, how can we monetize this? How can we get more money out of our players? That's why things like season passes have become so big, because these companies love season passes. It's so great. You can go ahead and make some easy content, you know, put some cosmetics on there, even just do reskins. A lot of games will do. Put a couple of whatever it may be, just cosmetic stuff, and then go ahead, ship that out, charge them $10 to $15 every few months, and these suckers are going to eat it up. And in some games, you don't really have a choice. Like on Destiny, my main game, if you really want to play that season's content, then you have to have the pass. On other games, it's like Fortnite, I believe, where it was like you could just never get the pass and always just play the game for free, because that was all just cosmetics. It didn't matter. You weren't locked out of any content, as far as I'm aware. At least I don't know if that content model has changed nowadays, but back in the day, that is how it works on Fortnite, right? And I like that, because it was like, okay, at least you're not locked out of anything. Like, I can still sit here and be a completely free-to-play player and get the entire experience out of the game. I just don't have any cosmetics, which I didn't really care about anyways. And every now and again, they would give away literally free cosmetics, and I appreciated those. But it can be silly when it's just all about the money. But that's what it is, you know, that's kind of life, and we don't want slows, no thank you. XP I will definitely take. XP, this scales off of armor, so No, the XP is still better. I was thinking about it, but I was like, no, the XP is still just gonna be better, let's be honest here. That'll help me get more armor passives throughout the run if I just get the XP early, you know what I mean? Where are you, sucker? Come here. I gotta beat your cheeks as fast as I can. Yeah, do your laser. That's a great idea for you to just stand still and then die. So, yeah, I don't know. I hate when things are just like going downhill because people get really greedy. Another good example of that is Discord, actually. Shout out the Discord server, I'll have that link in the description. But Discord has become really greedy in the last few years, and I saw this coming when they introduced Nitro to Discord. And first I was like, okay, Nitro is a nice little thing where you don't really need it. But then they started locking features behind Nitro and server boosting and all this, where it went, okay, you want to get better streaming to your friends? You got to get Nitro, or you got to be in a boosted server. You know what I mean? You want to get better audio quality for your video calls, or your audio calls, excuse me? Oh, well, you got to boost yourself, you got to pay. And now they're giving all this customization in terms of profiles. It's just when they're locking the things like the video call and the file size that you can send to your friends and all this shit behind a paywall. It's like, are you kidding me? Like, that's the kind of greed that I hate. And I know that it costs money to maintain things like that and actually let you send those files or whatever. But I don't know. I feel like they could have just made it the same as always, where it was you pay. Sorry, I'm just looking at what I want here. Yeah, I guess. You know, you pay for just cosmetic stuff, make your profile look cooler, have an animated profile picture, whatever it is, and then after that, they would make enough money off that, in my opinion, to have everyone be able to use the top quality video calls and streaming to the friends and all that kind of stuff. Like, I just don't believe that they weren't making enough money to have that stuff for everybody without you having to specifically pay and like boost the server too. I just don't believe that. I really truly don't. And you know, I can't say I have any proof of that, but it just doesn't quite make sense to me. But that's kind of how the flow of things goes, right? So Discord moved in and it took over any other kind of voice talking application. I used to use like Curse Voice, for instance, which Twitch bought, and then they killed it because big greedy company didn't want to waste money on something, so they didn't, because they weren't making money off of it. So then they just like killed the voice, talking functionality on it. Great, love it. Thanks a lot, Twitch. Fuck you. And then, I should have got rid of that poison things. We're never gonna pick up that upgrade. And then Discord moves in, right? Okay, everybody's loving Discord. It took me a while to actually get on the bandwagon for Discord. I was kind of like, eh. But then once my other voice, app got shut down, I didn't have a choice. And now it's getting to the point where in the next few years, I guarantee you, there's going to be an actual good competitor to Discord, because this is what happens. They get too greedy, and then people are like, man, I can't even use Discord anymore because I don't want to pay, and I'm getting locked out of so many features. And that's how it kind of goes, because eventually they're going to keep seeing more and more money stacking up for their business. I don't know if the company's public or anything like that, but if it does, then there's a whole other incentive. You want to get investors on the ground floor of this shit. It wouldn't really be the ground floor anymore, but if it went public, I suppose the ground floor, going public. So it's stuff like that, and then it's, okay, how can we make more money and more money so we can actually show our investors and keep making more money off of them, and it's all this stuff, and yeah. So then eventually, another app will come along, and it's going to be a good competitor to Discord, and they're going to go, hey, we're completely free, and we have better quality voice calls. You can actually stream to your friends, you can do this, you can do that, and it's going to be amazing. Get rid of the fragility here. Give me the health, because that's the scaling for us. And get rid of the poison. There we go. Ooh, good thing we did that. Oh yeah, Blade Storm just got super strong. And movement speed, thank you. So, yeah, I mark my words, because in the next few years, it's going to happen. It's just the way of it, It's just the way of it. I'm trying to kill this guy before 10 minutes so we can actually get a sub 10 here. So I'm just sticking straight on him, beating the shit out of him. Let's go. 953. Suck it. Do I get anything? I suppose that wouldn't pop up right now. Okay, put your votes, down in the comments. You want to see infinite mode or the boss mode. I'll go ahead and put this point in, and then we'll go ahead and see what you guys voted for in just a second. Okay, the votes are in. Looks like we are going to be going for the Overlord mode. Congratulations if you voted for that. It was actually a 51% vote, so you did get the majority over on the Overlord mode, so thank you so much for voting. I really appreciate that. Let's keep going here. We're going to go through 3 cycles of this to unlock what I want to unlock, so let's see if we can do that this time. That's kind of why I did a lower curse level, just so I could make sure I can get through three cycles of this. And I wanted to get the Paladin ranked up. It's just good. We're just kind of unlocking stuff right now. I want to get my runic power up so I can use a lot more runes and we can actually craft some like crazy cool runs. That's one of the things I'm looking to do. So, get excited for that. Soon enough, we're going to be crafting some like 7-8 runic power runs and we're going to make some really cool stuff, I promise you. Okay. Potency, sure. But we don't want this ever, because we don't want to cause bleed to our enemies. That is bad. We don't want bleed. Bleed is an effect, and that lowers our damage. I will say our damage is bussin'. Hey, don't touch me. Don't ever touch me, you little slug boy. But yeah, it's just kind of how it goes for any kind of apps or games or anything. As soon as there's a viable and frankly better alternative that people don't have to pay for, it's going to move in. But that's how the cycle kind of continues, because then eventually that app is going to be like, okay, well maybe we need to make some money because there's too many people coming to our app now and we need to actually make some money on this, or we can't even do these simple stuff for our user base. And then it becomes, they start to see, well, we actually kind of made some money here and it was really nice. Maybe we could do that a little more. And then they start moving into monetizing their app a little bit. And then eventually a few years down the road, it becomes the same thing where, okay, now this new app is going to move into the market and take them out. And it's just, that's kind of how it goes. Happens with games as well, you know. Call of Duty used to be like one of the only shooters on the scene. Then you had like Gears of War, you have some Halos, but it's just like, if you kind of start messing up and people don't like it as much as some other products, they will switch out and they will kind of look for other things they can play or they can use, whatever it is, to fill that void, because they're not going to sit there and wait all day for you to get your product up to the point they know it can be and has been in the past, just for you to be greedy and try to rip all the money out of their pockets and not actually fix your product. You know what I mean? And that's capitalism, baby. Ups and downs, I suppose, because, you know, sometimes you have to deal with a shitty product because too many people are supporting it, so nobody else is making another product because they don't even want to try to, you know, counter them in the market because, hell, they even have a chance? Most likely not. But then at the same time, money talks, and when people stop talking with their money, you know, and they're like, hey, you guys suck, we're not supporting this anymore, in a large enough sort of swath of people, then that's when it's going to come to the company actually trying to make those changes, and sometimes it's too late. Sometimes it's not, you never know. Cast frequency of might. Yes, please. If we can have might perpetually on, that's huge for us. So, hey, this is my breakdown of how the world works in terms of capitalism and business. So, thank you very much for coming for my TED Talk. you never know what kind of tangent you're going to get on these fucking episodes. Yesterday I was talking about bowling and Taco Bell, and today I'm talking about that. It kind of depends what happens in my day. That makes the difference of what I'm going to talk about when I start doing this, because it's like, okay, have I been scorned by some game or company today? Okay, I'll probably tear into them a little bit later on when I record my Soulstone. Am I just kind of big chillin' and I didn't really do much today? Okay, maybe I'll kind of just commentate more on what's happening in the actual game itself. You never know. You never know what you're going to get. But I appreciate you watching for it. Let's see here. Doing pretty good. There's a lot of effects coming out right now, but not too much. I would like to get Perpetual Blade Storm as well. Oop. Okay. My bad, I guess. I think a Sploder hit me and then I got hit by an ability too. Or the other way around. Ooh, see, I kind of want the health just because it scales our ability, but Potency of Might is too good to pass up. Duration of Might, baby. And then there's health, so I will go that actually. And damage modifier of Body Slam? Yes, please. It's interesting, you can get a damage modifier up on the Body Slam, but then your Body Slam is also scaled from the health, so you can technically scale your damage on the Body Slam ability in 2 different ways. So it's pretty cool. That makes it very strong when you think about it. I'm pretty good here. Gotta be careful in these corner plays as the match goes on, because things are going to start getting stronger, we won't kill them as fast, and you can kind of get hemmed in, especially when the bosses do happen to spawn, which is going to be very soon here. Very, very soon. Ooh, go away, elites. Give me your XP, though. Yes, please. It's not block power, right? It's armor power? Yeah, it's armor power, not block power, so don't need block power. Ooh, look at that, baby. This is a big damage up. Health. area. Cool. Oh yeah, we're chunking now. That was a big damage up. That was all of our abilities damage up. That's what happens when everything is physical. Interesting. These bosses are dangerous. As you can see, they're both doing beam attacks. But honestly, yeah, they're kind of synced up there to where I could kind of just walk around both of them. Yeah, blow some fire out, blow some smoke at your ass. I don't really care. You're dead. That was good fights. Good dodges, too. Took a little damage, which I think is like, what? How did I take damage there? But, you know, happens to the best of us. Alright. Ooh. Yeah, I wish I could have my dodge button on shift and space. But unfortunately, I can only have it at one at a time, so that'd be a cool change to see, though. I would love to see that. Multicast. Ooh, that's so much armor power, but I gotta go with this. It's just better. Ooh, now that we're talking armor power. Health. This is a fun run. I like stuff like this where it scales. I think there's a quick strike ability that scales with your movement speed. That's a pretty cool ability, too. But ooh, that would be cool to try with like the Death Knight, since I always get him so fast. That would be fun. Maybe in the future we'll do that. Gotta get some other runes to see how that goes. Smack these guys up. Ogres everywhere. The snakes are here. Alrighty. There's a health crystal over there. I might hit it on accident, and if I do, then that's okay. We'll be fine without it. But I would like to save it, if I can. Because you never know. The wrong combination of bosses might spawn, and then you kind of get your cheeky slapped around, and it gets dangerous, so you gotta be careful. I will say enemies don't get as weak, you know, because we can't, like... Well, honestly, we pick, like, the perfect two effects, I feel like, to be able to apply to our enemies. Because we just hit so hard anyways, but when they get dazed and confused, that just enables us to do more damage to them when we actually do hit them. And so we're just blasting them like crazy with damage here. Area, multicast, Coolio. Hello there. Hey, careful. Yeah, see, like this could get dangerous because these guys have some crazy area attacks that they can both launch. Boop, 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 boop. I don't know why I just made a Three Stooges noise. Oh god! What a weird trio, a weird property Three Stooges are. It's actually my dad watched. He actually did. He also watches sometimes. As soon as I walk out, you'll see this guy watching TV, and it's just like black and white Three Stooges shit. I'm like, okay. Don't really, I mean, it's slapstick humor at its best, right? It's kind of like the whole point of it. Nothing wrong with a little slapstick. Was it Curly, Moe, and Larry? Pretty good names there. I mean, seem like some pretty base dudes. Are they all dead? They're probably all dead. I don't know. If you were on TV and like an adult when it was in black and white, I kind of just assumed you were dead. But some people aren't. It really wasn't that long ago when you think about it, but then also like it was. You know what I mean? Like when people were like, oh, the 90s was just yesterday. I was like, nah, brother. It's like 20, 30 years ago, depending on which year you're talking about. So, not quite just happening. Pretty long ago. Go Cleaver, go Cleaver. Get some crits, I'm fine with that. And big movement speed up, I like that. Dude, my hands are cold, and it's making it a little bit harder to play. By a little bit, I mean quite a bit. Quite a bit. Oh no. I hate architecture. Yeah, I'm kind of annoyed by that. By kind of annoyed, I mean quite annoyed. She gets stuck on architecture so much in this game. Dude, like right there, she just stands in my way and I'm just fucked for it. I'm running around, I'm just trying to get above them or something. If I can get them to come up to me, that's fine too. There you go, come up here. There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna go around this way. I've been watching this new show on Netflix. It's called The Recruit, and it's like Noah Centineo. I don't know if it's... Is it Noah Centineo or is it Noah Centineo? Well, whatever. He's like that guy who was in all those Netflix, like, teen movies. So, like, To All the Boys I Never Loved and all that shit. Was he in, like, The Kissing Booth? He was in, like, that Sarah Burgess movie. I don't know. You might not even know what I'm talking about. But there's a bunch of, like, Netflix teen rom-com movies that they made in the past few years, and he was like the poster boy for them. Like he was in so many of them, and now he's in this, and he's pretty darn good. I always thought he was a pretty good actor. You know, he just kept getting subjugated to those specific roles in these specific movies because it was just like that's what people started knowing him for, and that's what they started wanting to see from him, I guess. Which I kind of feel bad. I feel bad when I see like a good actor and they're just stuck in those roles over and over. It's like I used to watch, well, I still do watch Riverdale. I'm still finishing it because I just like can't finish it. I used to watch it, I still do watch it just because I like to laugh at it because the show is fucking insane. But the actors on that show, I feel so bad for them because they're so wasted. Their actual talent is so wasted on that show because the show is just a clusterfuck of insanity. Just the most nutty things happen. And like, let me make this clear for you. The entire show, spoilers by the way, if you go on Riverdale spoilers, then cover your ears or something. The entire show was basically like usually like murder mysteries, and there's usually like a new one each season kind of thing. And then suddenly, in the last season of the show, it switches to like monsters are real and magic is real, and then it goes to an alternate dimension. And I shit you not, they do through this whole alternate dimension thing, and then it comes back to the real dimension, and you're like, okay, that was just some weird thing that the producers or directors, whatever, the writers wanted to do to like make the last show, the season of the show kind of funky. No, because then they come back to the real universe, and they have superpowers now. The main cast has superpowers. And again, never before did any of this actually exist. There were sometimes where you were like, man, is like magic or monsters like real in this universe? But then you're like, no, it's just some dude in like a suit, like Scooby-Doo basically. But no, now it's just like they actually have superpowers. Now one of them is like invincible, the other one like can read minds, and the other one can like see people's auras and tell if they're evil. And she works for the CIA, and she is in this, looks for serial killers. Yeah. Not to mention her dad and her brother were serial killers, in case you're like wondering. Also, she might be? Question mark. She's weird. But yeah, so pretty fucking bonkers. Yeah, it's just like, what is this show? But the actors on it are really good. You know, that's why I'm saying I feel so bad for the actors that they're kind of like stuck playing those roles, because they're actually really, really good. And when I see them in other projects, you know, other movies, other shows, whatever it may be, I'm like, man, I feel so bad for these actors because they're just subjugated to this. But the show is over now, so now they're free to like go do whatever projects they want. So I'm excited about that for them. I'd be excited if I was them. I think they are, because you can see even in like interviews and stuff, they'll just like make fun of the show, and they're just like making fun of its writing and everything, because it is really bad. Like it's terribly bad. Slowing down a little bit on the run here, just because these enemies are getting really strong, and I don't really have any damage over time or anything, so that's kind of where it's like, oh, what do I do about this? But there's that. There's the first loop done, so now we can go ahead for this second loop here. Alrighty. There we go. Just gonna like, ooh, kind of had my sleeves rolled up. I'm gonna kind of roll them down a bit here and see if I can warm up, because man, it's chilly in here. All right, cycle 2 here. Might be a little bit of a long episode, so thank you for sticking around. If you are, my guy is just spinning to win right here, and I appreciate it. Let's see how long I can sit here without getting hit. Okay, he would have hit me, so I had to stop. So yeah, nutty show. If you're ever gonna watch it, then just go into it wanting to watch it to laugh at it, because it's such a good show to laugh at. Actually, like Cole Sprouse is in that show, who was on, you know, Sweet Life of Zack and Cody and Sweet Life on Deck and stuff, which I watched the heck out of when I was a kid. And he moved on there, and he's a good actor too. I like him. He's like a rare instance of a child actor that ended up really well, him and his brother, because they both like finished on Disney Channel, and they like went to college, like a really good college too, like MIT or some shit. They went to like a really good college, and yeah, and then he got back into acting. I'm pretty sure Dylan, his other twin, you know, I don't think he really acts too much nowadays, but yeah, some nutty stuff. Do we see like a child actor that actually isn't completely insane after it all? Yeah, if you want to chase me, I'm like more than fine with that, because I would love to just like isolate you, take you out, and then work on your boys afterward. Yeah, give me the damage. Okay, that's a bit of a crazy damage thing, but... Whoop. I feel like I have to do it. Yeah, because I'm just kind of lacking damage here, so I need to spit some shit out. Oh yeah. That was a good damage up though, getting those 2 upgrades, I think. Trying to plow down this Guardian guy first. He's doing his laser attack, so it's perfect time to just smack him down. And then she'll do her laser attack, and then we'll smack her down. There we go. Cool. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yeah, Bladestorm is such a good ability for just killing everything around you and super fast grinding through levels. It's good stuff. Sure, crits. Yes, please, Bladestorm. I love to just get Bladestorm absolutely smacking my enemies. Holy Fire. Holy Fire is probably going to shape up to be our top damage. Well, maybe not, actually. I think a lot of our abilities are really good. Like, this is a nice run, I'll tell you that. It is a nice run. Look at that. Look how hard Holy Fire just hit. Whew, that is beautiful. You'll love to see it. But the thing is, Bladestorm isn't doing a lot of damage necessarily, but what it's doing is so much damage just spread out, so it could also be a contender for top damage. That's what I'm trying to say, you know. You never know until you see those damage numbers on the end screen, and then you're like, wow, really? My Tickle Fingers was doing the most damage in the entire match? Who would have thought? Whoa, don't pick that up. I don't want that. Oh, oh, baby, that is a good upgrade. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I'll start plowing through these upgrades a little faster so we don't take up too much time. Alright. What else do I want to talk about? Man, I don't even know. Anyways. Oh, I actually didn't even finish my original train of thought. Noah Centineo is the guy who stars in this Recruit show on Netflix. So it's about like a recruit at the CIA, and he's a lawyer, so he kind of gets dragged into like this spy business a little bit. I'm not going to do any like spoilers, so don't worry about that. I'm just trying to hype it up a little bit if you want to go watch it, because it's a really good watch so far. I'm like 4 episodes in of 8. At first, I was watching the trailer for it when I started Netflix. I opened Netflix, and I was like, oh, this looks like a fun movie. And I was actually about to buckle down and just watch the movie. And then I was going to click play, and I realized, oh, this isn't a movie. This is a show. Oops. It's my bad. I took some damage there like a silly boy. And that happens to me sometimes, but it usually happens the other way. Sometimes I think something's a show, and it ends up being a movie. This time it happened to me where I thought it was a movie, and it ended up being a show. He's doing his flamethrower attack. Gotta be careful of that. See if we can smack this guy down while he's doing the flamethrower, and just be careful of it coming around to us like this. There we go. And so I was like pretty happy. I was like, okay, cool, because I had some editing to get done and stuff. So I was like, okay, well, I can watch this movie, I think, and then maybe even edit while I watch it a little bit. But no, it was just a TV show. And so I was like, okay, shit, I'll just watch one episode and then go do my work. So that works out perfectly. But it's just so funny when that stuff happens, when you're just like, oh yeah. It's funny because the way they make trailers is what dictates if I think it's a movie or a TV show, because usually you can tell by the editing of a trailer if something is a movie or if it's a TV show. But based on this, it just completely led me the other way, where I was like, huh, this is a show? I really thought this was a movie. So you gotta edit better, Netflix. You gotta edit your freaking trailers better, because you're out here lying to me, basically. Except for, I mean, you didn't, but it was technically my fault. But like, screw you, still. You're greedy too. Bro, that's another thing. Netflix getting greedy with it, because now they have actual competition as opposed to when they were launched. Now they have like Disney Plus and Amazon Prime and Hulu and all this stuff. And now they're just like, whoa, account sharing bad. And it's like, you motherfuckers were the ones joking about account sharing. You used to make tweets and you were like, huh, we all know we're sharing our accounts. Ha 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 ha. The official like, sorry, just trying to dodge here. The official like Netflix Twitter used to tweet that, and it was like, bruh. Now you're gonna come here and be like, account sharing is wrong. You're all banned. Pay us more money. And it was like, are you fucking kidding me? Now it's like, oops, sorry, somebody on your account is already streaming. So you can only have 2 people streaming on this account at once, even though we are allowed to have 5 different profiles on an account. And it's like, why can I have 5 profiles on an account if only 2 of them can stream at once? Then you have to pay more if you want more profiles to be able to stream on the same account at once. And it's like, you guys are ridiculous sometimes. That's the shit I hate. We're just like, seriously? Like, come on. Why don't you chill out on it? You're being a little crazy right now. Is it cycle 2? Yeah, it's cycle 2. I'm trying to get up to this health crystal, or this boss crystal really quick. Pick that up. And we'll slap these guys' cheek holes. Damage modifier for everything with frontal, which is these 4. Damage modifier for swing, which is these 3. Well, obviously I'll take the 4. And then we'll get swing multicast. Area modifier, cool. Oh, that's Beyblade. Hey, hey. Chill out, pal. What did I do to you? What's going on? Hey. I don't know what I'm doing. Just making noises at this point. Alright. I don't know. Alright, you can go down here. If I can just take you out first, honestly, I'm completely fine with that. I think my Blades of Light, yeah, it's actually hitting, which is surprising. That's why I like the late game, because you can get really, really big area modifiers to where it doesn't even matter if something is supposed to be like a straight up close range attack. It's just going to go across so much of the map and actually hit people. Like, we're hitting this guy. And I like that. I like that, because stacking this fragility or dazed and confused, I think it is one of the only things we can do. So I'm trying to stack as much of that as I can, because look at that. Look how much the damage adds up once we've actually stacked the dazed and confused. Dazed and confused. Hey, sounds like me on a regular day. Woo. Anyways. Yeah, I hope you're having a good day. I mean, I've been pretty happy lately, you know, after kind of reassessing things. And, really, you gotta take control of your own life, you know, and it's something I've always had the belief in. It's just like, if you got a problem in life, only you're gonna be able to fix it. You know what I mean? You gotta see. You only get so long, in my opinion, to sit there and complain. Before you gotta be like, alright, what am I gonna do about this? I'm unhappy because blank. Okay, what are you gonna do to fix that? You know what I mean? And it always annoyed me when I had people who were just like, complain, but then I'm like, okay, well, what if you do this and this and this, or this to fix it? And they're like, no, and they don't want advice. What they want is just a bitch, which I think is fine for some people, because for some people that's just kind of how they cope, and they don't really need or want like a change in their life. What they want is just to bitch for a while, and then everything's fine for them. But architecture, for some people, I'm like, man, you are so fucking unhappy. Okay, I gotta stop trying to dodge through there, because that tree is impossible. I say as I walk towards it immediately. Yeah, I can't pass that up. Dude, our might is so good. Ooh, hello. What's up, big boy? Run on down here. Run on down here. There you go. Follow the leader. Flamethrower attack, huh? I know how to deal with that. It's called not being in front of it. But yeah, some people just want to complain, and then they're not actually okay, and it's not going to be okay until they make some changes, but they don't want your advice. They don't want to figure out how to do it on their own. Those are the people that I just can't stand, because it's like, you're just bitching to bitch. And like, you're just going to keep suffering in your life because you refuse to make any kind of fucking changes. Like, that's on you, and I don't have any kind of pity or patience for that shit. That's called, that's how those conversations go. I just can't stand people like that. Only you can make things better, you know what I mean? So it's just like, figure it out, get to it. Give me the health, and yeah, that would work. Is it a flamethrower attack, or is it a laser attack? It was a laser attack and he died. Speaking of dying, get the fuck out of my face, ugly. Beautiful. Alright, one more phase of this, right? I believe so. Let me get a sip of water here really quick. Cast frequency. Not ready. Let's get to it. One more cycle here. Let's hope we can do it. Things are going to get pretty crazy on this one. Pretty crazy. Pretty strong though, so I'm excited about that. Yeah, I thought an update for this game was going to be out by now. They said the first 2 weeks of December. It did say around the first 2 weeks of December. I went back and read it just earlier tonight, and it said around the first 2 weeks of December. So technically they didn't promise the first 2 weeks solid, but it is the 19th. So in my opinion, it's kind of already even past the first, when you say around the first 2 weeks, like that's 5 days past the first 2 weeks. You're almost in the third week, so like, that's longer than you were kind of saying. But as I say every time I bring it up, it's like, pretty sure it's a pretty small dev team. It's an indie game, you know, like, don't blame them at all. And I'd rather them take their time and make the best product they can than rushing something out and having subpar or just not something they're happy with, you know? So they can take all their time they want in the world, in my opinion. Woo! Careful there. Yes, please. That's a big multicast up. I'm trying to get around these guys, and we're not doing bad damage. Here's the thing when you don't have tick damage and you're on a character like this. We gotta get pretty close to do some good damage here, you know what I mean? Just like right here where I was able to stick in there for a good amount of time. Yeah, we did some darn good damage. But when I can't stick in there for very long... Oh my god. That tree tried to absolutely smack my cheek holes. Yeah, give me the Holy Fire damage modifier. 45% on the Holy Fire, which is doing most of our damage, I think. I can't pass that up right now. Can't pass that up. I just want to take out Fire Guy before he, like, does another flamethrower attack, because that might get me screwed over. Speaking of, they're kind of starting to drop like flies now. Hello there. Sure, give me movement speed. Sure. And, yep. That's a laser attack, right? Yep. Should be next. I'm trying to just bomb him down while he's in a laser attack, just like that. And then we'll smack this guy next. He's going to do his little balls. Okay. Throw out the balls. I suck that. I run away. Alright. Bunch of elites everywhere, getting a bunch of stuff thrown at us. That's okay. You say elites, I say XP bags. And then I say shit bags. Not because I need to, but because I want to. Curse words are a funny thing, right? Because it's just like, boop, boop. It's like, okay, you hurt yourself, or you're mad. What can you do to fix that? Well, you can just like scream this word, and it'll help. And it truly does help. I mean, there's research done into it that literally says like, cursing when you hurt yourself or whatever makes the pain kind of dull. You stub your toe and you go, fuck! And you hurt a little less, and that's pretty cool to me. How interesting is that? Just... Okay. The human brain to make something weird like that happen. But I guess it's kind of the same thing as just like yelling out in pain, but it's specific words, you know, it has to be like curse words or else it's not the same thing. Like if you go, rutabaga, then I don't really think it hits as hard as when you're just like, shit! You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe they should do some more research into that. When you're leading scientific minds, hey, let's lose a life from bullshit. Thanks, Soulstone, I really appreciate that. Here's an idea. Make your architecture better. I hate that I have to complain about that so much, but it really is. It's a huge problem. If it wasn't every run, then I wouldn't complain about it so much. But I mean, that's the thing, right? It is every run, so that's why I play it every run, because it's constantly happening. So it's kind of like, I can't really not talk about it. That one was just unfortunate. That wasn't architecture. That's gonna be architecture. Ah, man, it's so dumb. You chasing me, big boy? I feel like one of you that's chasing me. Yeah, you're chasing me a bit. Too bad I can't really sit still and hit you. Here's where the problem is starting. It's like, I am going to get the next round of bosses before I can kill these guys. Guaranteed. No, hey, no. And I'm not going to get stuck on these fucking trees. You can go clobber yourself in the shower if you think I'm dying to that shit. You absolute homunculus. That right there? Awesome roast. Calling someone a homunculus? I got it from Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. We're not no dirty little 2003 enjoyers in here. And if you don't know anything about anime, you don't know what the hell I'm talking about, but just go with me on this. But it's such a good word. Homunculus. It used to be one of my go-tos for roasting people when I started doing T2 content, and people always liked that one. They're always just like, did you just call that guy homunculus? I'm like, damn straight I call him a fucking homunculus. You wanna know why? Because he is. I should bring that word back out. I've been kind of... Been sleeping on the homunculus? Yeah, I know. You don't really know how to make a game with good architecture. It's okay. Hey, that's alright. Can I get a whole patch where it's just making that better? Your armor and you are health. So let's do health. I think body slam's better than Titanic Cleaver or whatever it's called, but to be fair, I don't really know for sure. Because for one, there's nothing to check your damage on abilities mid-run, and for two, I don't really have my effects that high, so I can't really even see. I know what body slam looks like. It's just like a straightforward attack, like right there, boom, 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 throwing at the body slams, but I don't really know what the cleaver looks like, so I can't really judge that. Am I hitting anybody even? There I am. Look how little I can actually stick in there and fight that. Man, this sucks. This sucks, unfortunately. I wish it didn't suck, because I really love this game, but this part of it, it's not really fun. Because again, it's not really offering a challenge right now, because in terms of the actual dodges, I'm doing them pretty easily. When I can't dodge something, it's because I got bullshitted by getting stuck on a fucking tree, or an enemy is just too thick and won't move. And it's like, that's the shit that blows. I hate getting punished for that stuff, you know what I mean? I hate getting punished for that. And I'd love to like slow down and get a little closer to these enemies, but I just... like, see, I can't. It wasn't too bad. I don't know if I'm gonna win, actually. I'll probably... well, I'm gonna try, obviously, but... it's rough. Jesus Christ. Yeah, this is the thing with no tick damage. It's like, even if I go in and kind of hit them for a bit, it doesn't really matter too much because, well, I don't have anything to apply to them. I'm like applying some Dazed and Confused, but that really just enables you to do more damage. But all my abilities aren't going to leave any like tick damage. This is the only thing that I was seeing would be a problem with this run, and I was, nope, stuck on a tree. My god. I was kind of afraid of that, but I was like, shit. Another tree. Another tree. Alright, well, I don't know. I'm just trying to focus on my character a lot and my dodges that I actually can control, as opposed to the ones that are just going to get me stuck on fucking architecture that I can't really control. If I can just get this guy to keep following me, maybe I can actually take him out. It's probably our best bet. Oh, I think I actually killed a boss? Did we actually kill a boss? This is not a drill. We have killed a boss. I repeat, we have killed a boss. Will it ever happen again? Cannot make promises on that. But we have killed one. Multicast on all of those. Yeah, sure, just give me that. Ooh, that's good. Okay, we're gonna say that hit me. At the very edge, it literally disappeared. Bruh. You're what I like to call abrasive. It's like abrasive, but with a bruh attached to it instead. Alright, that was risky dodges, but I wanted to see if I could get up and actually, like, take some swings at these suckers. And we did. We did actually take some swings at them. This guy's actually dodging me, or chasing me quite a bit, which I think could be good. If I could just get him to keep doing it. But he's kind of... where'd he go? Yep. It's a saw blade, I want to be careful of that. Yeah, there's a Beyblade. Don't get the two confused. There's saw blade attack and there's Beyblade attack. Completely different things. And I know what you're thinking. They both have the name Blade in them, Roger. That's true. That was a good observation on your part. And honestly, you're looking quite smart after making it. Now, if I may, difference is the beginning, so the prefix of those words. So one of them is bay. We're not talking B-A-E, like you're bay. Like, hey, bay. No, we're talking B-E-Y, which is, of course, from the Latin word meaning top. So with the top blade, that's why, that's what they call it, a spinning top as well. That's why it kind of goes in tandem like that. So hopefully that makes a little more sense for you. And then that's why it comes into bay blade, So that all makes sense when you think about it. Ooh. Yes, please. Now, saw blade, of course, coming with saw as the prefix there. Saw, of course, from the Latin word for sharp disc. You might be thinking, why would that be a Latin prefix? Well, they actually had a lot of saw blades, back in those times in that place where they spoke Latin. Is Latin a place too? Sure. I don't know. Maybe it's fucking Greece or something? Let's go with Greece. A lot of stuff happened there. Bullshitted and died. Love to see it. I would like to go that way, but you're still doing a flamethrower attack that seemingly lasts forever, sir. Okay, I thought I got hit there for a second, but no, that's just my half health after respawning. We actually did stick in there for a while and killed a couple of bosses, but it's just not enough, and I don't really see a path forward on this one. I don't even know if turning off all... I'm just wondering how I can do 3 cycles of this successfully. I don't know if turning off... Cool. Where do you want me to dodge? I dodge away, I can't hit them. I dodge towards them, there's nowhere to stand. And then I can't do damage. You're seeing the conundrum you're kind of putting your players in by making these choices. At least I do. Hey, do I get that crystal if I die? Not that I need the boss crystal, really, because... I mean, there's nothing to use the material on. Got it. Someone's about to die. Is it you? Yeah, it's you. Hey, you're dead. Can I get like a mini map so I can see what architecture is behind me before I dash? This is big brain time. Oh yeah, this is big brain time. Let's see here. I'm literally just trying to kind of survive and every now and again sneak in there like that, and nope, there's flamethrower. They don't want me to dodge it, so I'm not going to be able to dodge it. Now if they wanted me to dodge it, I'm going to be talking a different language here. I don't know, like Portuguese or something. That sounds pretty cool. Now that one's from Portugal. Anyways, I don't know any Latin really, so... But I do know how to bullshit and lie. So, basically the same thing. Ooh, thanks for the boss crystal. I better not have taken any damage from those dodges. I'd be a little peeved. If that was the case. I don't know, man. Okay, stuck in architecture there. Didn't die, luckily, so that's a new one. Sure. And we're killing riffraff really easily, which is honestly not that great. What? The beam wasn't touching. Okay. Exorcism, a new ability here. We have light. And healing yourself for 0.5 for each. Huh. That seems amazing. An actual self-heal ability? You emit a blessed aura for 6 seconds, causing 52 damage, and applying confused enemies that stay near you every 0.5 seconds. Okay. That seems pretty darn good. Body Slam, Blade Storm, Holy Fire, all basically around the same amount of damage. And then Blades of Light was lacking a little, and Titan's Cleaver, still pretty good though. Okay. Yeah, I think I might just take off some curse levels, use an actual ranged character. Oh, but we also do have 6 out of 6 runic power instead of 5 out of 6 now, because we finished something there, so That's pretty cool to me. What did I finish there to do that? Yeah, look at that. Cycled 3. That's just silly. Well, I don't know what I'm going to do next time, but hey, you'll know when you watch that episode. So, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, me, like, comment, subscribe, or hit that notification bell so you can see more in the future. I'd really appreciate that. This is a daily series, so if you want to get this directly to your notification and your subscription box every single day, then go ahead and hit that little bell. It's pretty easy, and you'll be pretty happy after that. Thank you so much for watching, though. I always really do appreciate it. So, as always, have a great day.